There are 6 ugly things seniors start doing as they age, and no one talks about them. They creep in slowly, silently, and if you're not careful, they'll rob you of your joy, your purpose, and your dignity. You won't hear about them in the news. Doctors don't mention them. Family might notice them but never say a word. Because they aren't physical symptoms. They're emotional habits, mental traps, and spiritual wounds that quietly take over when we get older. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you might recognize them in yourself. Maybe you've started to feel invisible. Maybe you've stopped caring about your health, your appearance, your dreams. Maybe bitterness has taken the place of gratitude. Or maybe, worst of all, you've disconnected from people, from hope, from life itself. But let me tell you something, just because you're aging doesn't mean you're finished. In fact, this stage of life could be the most powerful chapter you've ever written if you learn to see these traps for what they are and break free from them. In this video, we'll uncover the 6 things seniors often do without realizing the damage they cause. But more importantly, we'll talk about how to reverse them, how to reignite your fire, how to reclaim your voice, and how to live not just longer, but stronger, sharper, and more purpose-driven than ever before. Because aging isn't ugly, but giving up on yourself, that is. Let's begin. They stop believing they matter. One of the most heartbreaking things that happens as people age, and no one warns you about this, is that many begin to believe they no longer matter. But it doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small, quiet moments. When younger people interrupt you instead of listening, when the world gets louder, faster, and seems to move on without you. When your children are too busy, your calls go unanswered, or people stop asking for your opinion. You start to feel invisible, and slowly, this dangerous lie creeps in. Maybe I'm not needed anymore. But that's not the truth. That's the enemy talking. The enemy of time, of self-worth, of forgotten voices. Let me tell you something from one soul to another. You still matter, more than you know. You carry decades of experience. You've seen what most people haven't. You've lived through seasons that would break others. You've raised children, fought through heartbreaks, built things from nothing, and survived storms both literal and emotional. You are not a leftover from a past generation. You are a pillar that holds up this one. The world needs your wisdom. The younger generation is lost in speed, in noise, in confusion. They need your calm, your insight, your truth. But if you start believing you don't matter, you rob the world of what only you can give. So don't hide your light. Speak up, share your stories, laugh loudly, show up proudly. Remind yourself daily, I have value, I have purpose. I am still in this world for a reason. Because here's the truth, your time hasn't passed. It's still unfolding. You're not in the way, you are the way. And as long as your heart beats, your voice has power. You don't just matter, you're essential. They stop taking care of themselves. Another ugly truth about aging, and it's one no one likes to admit, is that many seniors begin to give up on taking care of themselves. It doesn't happen out of laziness. It comes from a quiet surrender, a slow belief that maybe it doesn't matter anymore. They stop dressing with intention. They let routines slip. Meals become whatever's easiest, not what's healthiest. Movement becomes rare. And the mirror, it starts to feel like a stranger's reflection. Some even say, what's the point? I'm old now. Who am I trying to impress? But here's the hard truth. The moment you stop taking care of yourself is the moment you start disconnecting from your own dignity. Self-care has nothing to do with age. It has everything to do with self-respect. You brush your hair. You wear a clean shirt. You prepare a nourishing meal. Not to impress the world, but to remind yourself that you are still worthy of care. Because you are. When you stop caring for your body, your mind often follows. You become more tired, more sluggish, your confidence fades. But even just a small act, a 10-minute walk, A warm shower, a fresh shave, a colorful outfit can lift your spirit like nothing else. You see, taking care of yourself tells the world, I am still alive, I am still here, I still choose myself. And it's not just about looks, it's about feeling human. When you treat yourself well, you think better, breathe deeper, and move with more pride. It's a message to your heart that says, I still matter, to myself. So, don't give in to the lie that aging means letting go. No, aging means holding on. To discipline, to routine, to love, especially for yourself. Look in the mirror and say, I deserve this care. I'm still worth showing up for. Because when you care for yourself, you show others how they should treat you too. They complain more and appreciate less. The third ugly truth, and one that creeps in silently, is this. As many people age, they begin to complain more and appreciate less. It starts small, a few grumbles about the aches, a sigh about how things aren't like they used to be, or frustration over the pace of the world. But over time, those small complaints build into something bigger. They shape the mindset. They poison the joy. Some seniors begin to speak only of the past, idealizing it and rejecting anything new. Kids these days, technology is ruining everything. Back in my time, and suddenly they're no longer living in the present. They're trapped in yesterday. Yes, the world has changed, and yes, there are challenges today. But here's the truth. There is beauty now too. When you constantly complain, you close the door to wonder. You shut out the sunrise. You stop seeing the smile of a child, the warmth in a conversation, or the joy in a simple walk. Your spirit becomes rigid, and your heart grows cold. But when you choose appreciation over frustration, everything shifts. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice. It's a weapon against bitterness. It's a lens that reveals light even in dark times. And the older you get, the more powerful that lens becomes. Start your day not with what hurts, but with what still works. You woke up? That's a blessing. You can hear the birds? That's a miracle. You have memory, breath, choice? That's power. Don't focus on what's missing. Focus on what remains and build from there. Yes, life has changed. But so have you. You've grown, you've endured. You've seen enough to know that complaining never fixes anything, but appreciation can heal everything. Speak gratitude, breathe thanks, and watch how your world begins to open again. Because joy isn't found in what we had, it's found in what we still see. They disconnect, dwell on regrets, and stop dreaming. The final three ugly things often appear together like shadows at sunset. Disconnection, regret, and the most dangerous of all, giving up on dreams. First comes the disconnection. Seniors begin to pull away from friends, family, even the community. I don't want to be a burden, they say. Or worse, nobody wants to hear from me, so they stay silent. They stop reaching out. Birthdays pass with no calls. Days go by in isolation. But humans are not built to live in silence. We need connection, like we need air. Every conversation, every visit, every smile, it keeps your soul breathing. Then, while alone, the mind turns inward and dwells on regrets, things you didn't do, words you didn't say, mistakes you made long ago. But here's what nobody tells you. Regret is a liar. It distorts the past and steals the present. What's done is done. You survived it. You learned from it. That's what matters now. The past is a teacher, not a prison. And then the most tragic thing happens. People stop dreaming. They act like dreaming is only for the young. That goals expire with age, that joy is reserved for those with time. But here's the truth. Dreams have no age limit. You can still plant, you can still write, you can still love, create, explore, lead, build. The dream doesn't have to be big, it just has to be alive. It's never too late to reconnect. Never too late to forgive yourself, and never too late to wake up with something to look forward to. The moment you stop dreaming, your soul starts sleeping. So call that friend. Apologize if you must. Laugh, sing, write the book, plant the tree, start the project, learn something new, dream something new. Because aging doesn't mean shutting down. It means waking up to what still remains possible. As long as you're breathing, your story's not over. So connect, forgive, and dream again. So now you've seen them. The 6 ugly things seniors often do as they age. Not because they're bad people, not because they've failed, but because no one told them these habits were creeping in. Quietly, slowly, stealing their light, believing they don't matter anymore, giving up on self-care, complaining more than appreciating, disconnecting from others, dwelling on regrets, and worst of all, stopping the dream. But now you know, and when you know better, you can do better. You see, aging isn't the end of the road. It's not a slow fade into darkness. It's a powerful chapter. One filled with legacy, reflection, healing, and impact. But only if you choose to stay awake, to stay present, to stay alive inside. This is your reminder that you still have purpose, that you still have value, that it's never too late to rise, never too late to reconnect, never too late to forgive, to grow, to change, to lead. Don't let these ugly habits take root in your life. You've come too far, you've endured too much. Your story isn't over, and there's still time to make it beautiful, powerful, unforgettable. So get up, stand tall, take care of yourself, speak life, spread wisdom, and for heaven's sake, keep dreaming, because you are not just growing old. You are growing deeper, wiser, strong, and the world still needs your fire. You are not done, not even close. Keep rising, keep shining, keep going.